Everyone to stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we post videos, tap the bell. And if you want to join our options trading live channel, I go live 30 minutes before market open. Link is below in the description, along with the links to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. It's been quite a while since I've done a video recapping my trades. I made some good trades today. I made some bad trades today. I did close the day up 165 on the day. Could have been a lot better, but we gave some gains back. And also, I'm going to be talking about what I think is going to happen tomorrow. How I'm going to react to the market tomorrow. Also, Disney CEO just stepped down, and all right. So we got some things going on with that. So I'm going to be looking at my trades right now. The first thing that I will say about my trades is there's way too many. These are all my trades for today. I did start the day off. Let me just reduce my size here. If you guys don't care about my trades, fast forward like 10 minutes into this video and you can get the watch list and all that. So if you don't care about my trades, fast forward like five to 7 minutes or so. But looking at my trades here, first trade of the day, I did close out a credit spread for a pretty nice profit, decent profit. This morning, last night I opened a credit spread on the 32.55 calls for $3 credit, and I bought it back at 205, so made about 95 cents there. Then this is where things kind of got a little dicey. So I traded gold. Instead of doing like a spread or anything, I kind of went in cold. I bought the 1660. I bought the 1660 call for 350, and then I sold it for 230. So I took a loss on that. And you know, gold, I was trading gold a little bit today. Let's pull this up. You know, I was trading it. It was definitely, let's see, I put that on at 8:46 this morning. So let's see, we were right in here. I thought it was going to ramp up, but it just couldn't break this 1660. And then I knew that I was in trouble. So that was my first mistake. My first mistake, I guess, today was not waiting for it to break through here. I bought the 1660 call right here at 1655. And I didn't wait for the confirmation, so that was a mistake. So I deserve to take that loss. Okay, so definitely not happy about it. But you know, it is what it is. You know, I was telling my buddy today. You know, you're gonna lose some trades. It's okay to lose a battle here and there, but don't lose the war. You know, you can't lose the war. So I lost the battle. I won a battle, then I lost the battle, and then I was, you know, you get kind of discouraged when you're green for the day, then you go red, and then you're like, man, I don't know if I can get green today. But thankfully, the market gave us some more opportunities for us to get right, basically. So I did roll down into the 1655 call. So I sold the 1660 call. I rolled down to the 1655 call to be a little bit closer to the money at 9 o'clock. So 15 minutes later, 7 minutes later after I sold, I then hopped in. I bought it for 390, and then I sold it for 630. Was my biggest win of the day within 25 minutes. I mean, it went up like 65. It went up 65%. Had this rip, and I sold, and I probably should have just stepped away for the day and just called it a day there. But you know, it went from 390 up to 630. Should have stepped away, but I did not. You know, you gotta know when to step away. So I then said, oh, it's gonna go higher. Made another mistake with gold. Thought it was gonna break 1660 because it had a lot of momentum to the upside. Thought it was gonna break 1660. I put a credit put spread on. I was selling the 1660 put, bought the 1655 put for 280, ended up taking $180 loss on that. So we're right back to square one. So, you know, I was thinking to myself, and I say this all the time, and I got caught in the trap myself. When volatility is high, it doesn't mean you should go in and out, because as you can see, it definitely causes issues. And just because you won a trade, you had a big trade, doesn't mean you're going to continue winning. Wait for the right setups. Wait for the right setups. And this video is for me as much as it is for you. I want to look back at this video and just say, hey, why did you do this? Look at what you did. Everything happens for a reason, whether it was something that happened in the market or something that you did. But at the end of the day, you put the trade on, you take the trade off, you decide your risk. You decide how much money to put in. You decide when to put it on, when to take it off. So, it's not necessarily the market's fault. It's more 80% your fault. You know what I mean? I know things do happen in the market that's outside of our control, but for the most part, it's within our control how much risk, when to put risk on, when to take risk off. So, made a mistake there with gold, and then I was just gonna call it a day and say, all right, we're done. I did go into, so I stopped trading gold. I went into the S&P futures. I went long, which I definitely knew was a mistake afterwards. So I went long for about an hour. Nothing really happened. I mean, I lost 20 cents. So I had 3 of the 3,200 put spreads. So I sold the 3,200 strike, bought the 3,195 strike for 230 credit. Bought it back for $255, so I lost another $50 there. And at this point, I was down on the day $90. So all these trades that happened in here, had some nice wins, but the losses were bigger than the gains, and I was actually down $90 on the day. We could have been up good $300-400. I was down $90 in the day, and you're like, well, what's going to happen? So I just kind of sat there. I wasn't going to make a trade. Like, well, I'll be down $90 a day. I'll walk away, come back tomorrow. But I did see an opportunity in gold. One last time was my last trade of the day. I have 2 credit spreads. I put the first one on for 210. And then the second one for 230. I scaled in there a little bit, and I sold the 1650 put and the 1645. And what I was looking for on gold, that was at 1121. So 1121 this morning. I was looking at it right in here. It was at 1647, really just basing out here at the 1645, 1647 area, and it bounced here, in the like 5 in the morning, ripped up, and then it was looking like it was going to bounce again, and it ripped up from 1645 up to 1652. I took my profits on that. And you got to be quick to beat your profits. Even though I was long gold, gold was definitely tricky today. It definitely was tricky. So I bought it back for 90 cents, and then that closed out my day to the green, 265, because instantly I was up like a couple $100. I was up to almost $300 in this position. So I was down 90 on the day. I'm closing the day out up 165 right now. I'll get to SHAK in a second, but I just wanted to cover those trades. And during high volatility, yes, there's a lot of opportunity, but at the same time, you need to be careful, because you don't want to get tricked into a false sense of confidence. I won my first trade, lost my second trade, then I won again, then lost. And when you notice that when you're not trading consistently, you need to start taking the pedal off. And thankfully, there was opportunity for me to make money and end the day green. I'm definitely glad I didn't end it red. But as you can see, if I didn't take my profits, gold ripped down, would have went against me. I would have been in big trouble. So that's why you need to be careful in this type of market. And SHAK, I had an iron condor on. My max loss was $80. I received a 420 credit for it, and I lost 45. I lost $45 on there, so I lost about 50%. And my risk was small. It did pop up this morning, and I closed it out immediately. It was like 65 and some change. Thankfully, I closed it out because I would have been a bigger loser. Yes, my max loss was $80. I lost 45 of it, but I'd rather collect the 35 that I have left in the trade than just go to max loss. You know what I mean? Especially for this week expiration, and then the closer you get to expiration, the higher probability that you are going to get assigned. I didn't really want to be long the stock and get in that whole mess and have to sell my stock. And if the stock goes lower, then you lose more than what the credit spread, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the idea. So what I'm looking at tomorrow, I mean, today was insane. S&Ps, I mean, we just gave back, how much did we give back here? In the last few days, we've gone from 1, 2, 3, in 4 trading days, we went from 3,400 on the S&Ps all the way down to 3,100. I'll just say 3,100 rounded out. Didn't quite hit 3,100. In 4 days, 200 points on the S&P. Dow was down like 2,000 points in the last 2 days alone. I mean, this is insane. But we all knew outside of coronavirus, the one thing that they're saying about the coronavirus, CDC is heightening things up. They're saying that there is a risk that it could spread to more people in the United States. People are saying one thing, other people are saying another thing. They don't want to cause panic, but at the same time, we need to be careful. Be careful of our health, our family members, and our wealth. So you want to be careful of how much you have invested. I'm not saying like I didn't sell any stock in this period of time. I'm not looking to sell any stock because obviously I'm a younger person. I can withhold this and in the long term we're going to be fine. But if you're 65, 70 and you just saw 10% wipe on your 401k, you're not going to be feeling good if you were looking to retire this summer. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going to happen this year, but the key levels that I was watching on like SPY was 320, 322 area. We cut through that. As soon as we cut through that on SPY, it was quick. And now we're eyeing the 310 level. Let's see what happens here at 310. Futures are they're just kind of range bound right now. They're up a little bit. They're up about 20 points from the low today, but it doesn't really mean a whole lot in the big scheme of things. When the interesting thing is we opened the day green, and we just plummeted. So be mindful. You don't want to go all in, but I'm looking at tomorrow. I'm going to be specifically watching like the 310 area on SPY. If we're talking about the S&Ps itself, I'm going to be looking at the 3,100, see what happens. I'm going to be playing it slow. I'm definitely not going to do anywhere near the amount of trades I did today. Yesterday, I didn't do very, very many trades, and I closed the day up like $90. So more trades doesn't mean more success. You want to be consistent. You don't want to be having huge swings in your P&L, and then you start anger trading and that whole thing. Also, right now, Disney CEO just stepped down. So Disney, after having a terrible day, down $4.82, is down another $3, $4. Did hit 122. So I'm going to be watching that for a day trade tomorrow. Now, I don't know why. So in 25 minutes, actually, by the time you watch this, it'll already happen. Bob Iger is going to be on CNBC discussing why he stepped down. But it was just kind of weird because, we did know he was going to be stepping down, but this just came abruptly. He's going to be the executive chairman through 2021. Bob, I don't know how to say his last name, Chapek. He's now the CEO. So it's an interesting time for them to hand the torch, I would say. Shanghai Disney and whatever's going on in China is being impacted. Yes, he thinks now is a good time because they just finished off Disney Plus. They just had the merger of Fox, and I think it's a good time, obviously, but we don't really know any other thing behind it. They're gonna grill him. I'm gonna watch this on CNBC here in a few minutes, but it's definitely interesting, and a stock to watch tomorrow will be Disney. Now that we got some movement here, and it's sitting right down here. Well, it's actually, 125. So it's right down here now. So is it going to gap fill to 115, 117 area? Or is it just going to reverse back up above 130? So that's the question that I have going into tomorrow and for the foreseeable future. I don't want it to go down. Obviously, I want Disney to do well, but who knows? With uncertainty, the market's being a little irrational right now. It's hard to say which way Disney will go. I mean, Disney is doing good numbers. However, the market does what the market does, and we have to trade the numbers that are on the screen. So if you guys watched this video to the end, comment watch to the end. Let me know how you did today. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.